Welcome to episode number 1 of Black Wealthy and Wise podcast, the number 1 podcast for helping Black families escape financial slavery and create financial freedom so they can live their best life and leave a legacy. I'm your host, Alex Jones, retired business owner, entrepreneur, and financial coach. So let me just say, if you have made it here to this video, to this podcast, I am so glad to have you. And give yourselves a hand, clap it up, give yourselves a hand, because let me tell you, this podcast is going to be amazing. Amazing. So let me just first answer, what is this podcast all about and why do you need it? So let me say there are plenty of good podcasts out there. Plenty of good podcasts out there. However, none of them address the issues associated particularly with Black families who are trying to create wealth for themselves. Issues like a lack of information sharing within and with the community. Black families often have fewer opportunities to higher paying jobs. The typical Black household has just 10% of the wealth of typical white families. Black families still face housing discrimination and redlining issues. And finally, when it comes to lending, predatory lending practices and subprime lending sometimes keeps us from being able to acquire our assets so we can build wealth. So these are just some of the items, some of the things that we face within the community. Some of them are systemic and some of them are cultural. So this podcast is all about providing real world practical tools, tips, and strategies to help you earn more, save and better manage your money, invest wisely, help you use credit to build wealth, help you reduce your taxes, how to protect your hard-earned assets, essentially everything you need to create, enjoy, and pass on wealth. So I'll also have special guests who on the podcast who have created wealth and financial freedom for themselves, and they're going to share their particular strategies and their wisdoms with you as to how they've actually been able to accomplish it. So, who's this podcast for? If you're anything like me, I didn't grow up with wealthy parents. We didn't talk about money within the household, so no one taught me how to build wealth. If you were not taught how to build wealth in high school or college, maybe you might be living paycheck to paycheck, or you're not able to save as much money as you would like. Maybe you're concerned about sending your kids to college or even possibly retiring one day. Or you might simply just want more out of life, more freedom, more income, more options. Well, you are in the right place. So now I want to make this the very best podcast possible, and I can't do it without you. So I have a couple of asks. Number one, if you would subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. It would help get the algorithm, get our podcast out to more Black families so they can get this information. Number two, if you would give us a 5-star rating, obviously that will again help us with the algorithm and help us reach more families in the community. Number three, if you would share with us your show topic ideas, questions, comments, feedback you have, that will go a long way in helping us to make this podcast the very possible podcast it can be. And finally, this is a conversation we strongly need to have within our households and our communities. So please share this with Big Mama, Pop, kin folks, friends, anyone that you care about, so they can be wealthy and wise too. New episodes drop every week on Wednesday. So, guys, again, thank you so much for being here. And I'm looking forward to helping you become wealthy and wise. See you in the next episode. Take care. Be great. Got one in.